What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. I wanted to talk about this. This is something that I saw actually a few days ago. I'm just getting a chance to get around to sharing it. But to me, with this so-called Blacks for Trump thing, why is it that I feel like every time I hear about that, it's either people that I believe are either getting paid to be a Black for Trump, you know, out here acting as if they are so down for this dude that really isn't down for them, or they're being duped into something that they weren't really aware that they were doing. Now, I recently re-uploaded some content. If you have not seen it, it was a video that I did on the so-called Black church in Detroit that Trump visited, which in actuality, it may have been at what they call a Black church, but my personal opinion is I believe that that pastor got paid to host this pretty much a rally, and the majority of the people who were there in the pews of the church were people that don't go to that church. And not even just people who don't go to that church, white people who don't go to that church. So it just looked absolutely ridiculous. But again, another situation. This Black Barbershop in Atlanta, he is calling out the fact that he feels that he was scammed into hosting something that he thought it was going to be something for small Black businesses, hosting some sort of meeting or maybe a small summit of some sort. And it turns out it was just basically Ben Carson? Forgive me if I have the names wrong. And Congressman Byron Donalds, who were there. Trump couldn't even give these people the time of day to be there. He had to do it over the phone. But again, the Black Barbershop owner, he's coming out to say, I had no idea that this was what this was going to be. So I'm just going to share this clip with you guys, and then I'll continue with my thoughts.
Of Rocky's Barbershop in Atlanta says he feels he was misled by a campaign event for former President Trump the day before the debate. Rocky Jones tells our Kara Spelger he thought his Buckhead shop was just hosting a forum for Black businesses, but he says he never expected to fade into the realm of politics.
To me, cutting hair is like an art.
And smooth waves are not the only thing Rocky Jones wants his shop to be known for.
We try to specialize in just giving good service to the community. As you can see, I've been here since 17 years, and it's been good.
Which is why he jumped at the chance to help other Black business owners get ahead.
Started with a text, then it went to a call, because I was actually out the country. And just me agreeing to do a Black small business, round table. I thought it was like something real private.
It was anything but. Rocky, along with Black business owners from across Metro Atlanta, crammed into his shop, along with Trump surrogates like Ben Carson. But it wasn't all shop talk.
Thinking about Black business in Atlanta, small Black businesses in Atlanta. And I'm like, okay, so when are we going to start talking about this?
He says a call from former President Trump during the event cut deep.
Why is a ex-president calling somebody in my barbershop? This has nothing to do with small Black businesses.
And he was left with a lot more than razor burn.
We had some calls. Thursday, we definitely got some calls, some backlash, some angry people that don't know me. And I have to deal with that. I have no involvement in politics. We don't even talk politics in my barbershop. It's all sports. Commend everybody to vote, but that's your business. I don't tell you what to do.
The number of customers, he says, has trimmed down, but he hopes the shock will fade and he can keep helping his community. Kara Spelger, 11 Alive News.
Now, we repeatedly reached out to several representatives for the Trump campaign today about the claims that he just made. They have not responded at this time to our phone calls or email.
Well, that's one news clip, and I want to play another one, so I'm going to play this one really quick.
Well, a business owner says he was never told this was going to be a political event, and now he's using his time and story to tell other businesses to watch out as election season heats up. For more than a decade,
I really take pride in my business.
Rocky Jones says he's welcomed everyone to his Atlanta barbershop. Customers from all backgrounds and walks of life.
Mind my business, serve, give back haircuts to the community, and have good conversations. It's never been about politics.
His business, he says, has never been the site of a political event until Wednesday, when prominent Republicans packed inside the day before the highly anticipated presidential debate in Atlanta.
I hope I'm being well represented.
Former President Donald Trump even calling in at one point.
I feel like I've been betrayed.
Days before the debate, Jones says someone who he thought was a friend reached out to him about being the host site for a small black business roundtable. He says there was never any mention this was a political event. Jones adds he never heard from a Trump campaign representative either. I asked him if the timing of the event raised any flags this would be political.
I honestly didn't think about it. It was just, once you say black small business, give back to the community, it's like, okay, I'm doing it.
Jones says he feels used.
Just be aware that it is election season and the timing seems a little suspect.
That's why he's warning other business owners to have a healthy dose of skepticism.
Even though I trusted that person, I didn't really do the research I should have done, but now I'm letting everybody else know that you need to be aware of these calls.
Atlanta News First did make contact with the Trump campaign. They acknowledged our request, but they were not able to get us a response by airtime.
All right, guys, so you heard that. Listen, some people feel like the barber, the owner of the barbershop, is just trying to save face because he's saying that his business has dwindled a bit since that happened. But I do believe that he was duped. I really don't believe that he was paid enough to host that there. Because if you look at the clip, if you saw this, and I'm actually going to put the full video link in the description box of where I got these news pieces from. The look on his face, I mean, he really was looking like, what is going on here right now? Seriously, I really believe that he was misled and he was not prepared for that. I really don't believe that, because with the church in Detroit, the so-called black church, Trump actually came there. He was actually physically there. With this situation, he called in. He was on the phone and he just made everything about him. Yes, we know he's running for president, so of course he's going to talk about him. But I mean, that's what he does. Everything is about him. It's not about, anyway, I'm not even going to get into all of that. But it was about how well he's doing with the blacks because of the mugshot. He said his mugshot is doing better than Elvis and somebody else. And it's like, and he's like, I'm doing great with the blacks and the Hispanics, because when I got that mugshot, it's just so disgusting. It really gets under my skin when I hear that, because this is the same guy who to this day will not apologize for accusing the Central Park Five of doing what they did when they were all five exonerated. He paid to put an ad in the paper against these at the time young guys, these young men, these boys. And they were all exonerated, and he still will not retract and take back. It's disgusting. So to equate black people and Hispanics with crime, and yeah, y'all get it because y'all have either already been indicted or you know somebody that has. It's just disgusting. And I feel for this guy, because being a business owner and him, you know, having a barbershop that he said he's had for 17 years, and because of him being misled and duped, there's some people that they decided, you know what, I'm going to take my business elsewhere. I'm going to just cool off for a little bit. I'll cut my own hair at home. I don't know. But that's not right. And then the campaign, they got reached out to, and, well, we don't really have a comment at this time, but we'll get back to you. But it was okay when you had these raccoons show up, Ben Carson and the other one, Byron Donalds, who spoke favorably about marriages that existed during the Jim Crow era. I talked about that a little bit, but I digress. I don't believe that this guy's lying. I don't believe that he knew what was going on and now he's trying to act like it's something that he wasn't aware of. I believe he was duped. So, two different situations. The black church in Detroit, I believe those palms were greased, and he was happy to welcome Trump and all of his MAGA glory into the pulpit, and all of those people to sit in the pews who had never been in his church before and will never be in his church again, and then also show up on Fox News to talk about how great he was and how great he is. And then for this guy who owns this barbershop in Atlanta, I believe he was duped. And all it was an opportunity for Trump to sit on the phone and talk about how, yeah, my little minions down there, Ben Carson and Byron Donalds, they better be representing me well. And oh, while I got you on the phone, let me tell you how well I'm doing with y'all homeboys, because I got this mugshot and I've been indicted. And now that the Supreme Court has basically gone rogue, they're saying that he could do like he said he could do when he was running for president the first time. He could stand in the middle of Times Square, take a loaded weapon and fire it off, hitting somebody and taking their life, and he could still do what he's doing. And they basically said that he could not be held accountable for it. It's just disgusting. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. You can let me know your thoughts respectfully in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.